Hey, this is 208 Homesteader, and I just wanted to show you how I set up my rabbitry, especially for the summer. So first I want to talk about the water system. So I got a little paddock out back of my house. That trash is going away. Sorry, I put that right in the camera shot. But over behind that there, you'll see that spigot right there. And that spigot is set up to go off with this zone back here where my catfish pond is going to be. And all this is my former goat paddock. Right back here, I had some goats back here, and I had this area on sprinklers in their own zone so that my goats can have grass. Well, I got rid of my goats, so what I did was I tied into that spigot back over there and ran a splitter and a garden hose back to my rabbit shack. And I, as you can see, split that and ran one line to my misters for the summer because they need to be cooled off, which makes a big mess on the floor, but still cools everybody off when it's 106 degrees like it was yesterday. Makes a big mess, muddy mess on the floor, but everybody's alive still, so that's good. But this line here is what I want to talk about, and it goes back and around the room there, back to this bucket, this old garbage bucket, which is full of nice cool water. So I plumbed a water line in and a water line out, and then this water line out tees and goes down to all the lower cages and runs water to every cage. There's my new guy over there. I just got him yesterday in a trade. But I raise meat rabbits, newsies for the most part, newsie crosses or whatever, and I got a couple of these guys, these pretty ones in here just because they're pretty, but they all have water that way, and it's all fresh water, and it's for the most part, because it's sheltered and shaded, it's cold water. So everybody's got water that way, upstairs and down. You can see, just push these nipples here, a little bit of water squirts out there for them to drink. And so even in the hottest part of the day, they have fresh water. Now, pretty normal setup, nothing spectacular, but what I did was I didn't want this overflowing inside my rabbit cage or my rabbit barn, because it makes a big mess, and it does that anyway. But what I did was I set this overflow here with this 3/4 inch tube. It goes out to my chickens and turkeys behind here, and it fills their water, and they have a bucket with nipples on it that they can drink from back there. So this whole setup, everything is watered automatically by my sprinklers and misted twice a day during the hottest part of the day at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. so that everybody is misted and watered the best I could do for them for the hottest part of the year. So that's the best I could do for them at this time. So I did my best, I guess. So they're inside of a little barn that's sheltered and shaded. And as you can see, every doe that I have 8 does. And if I do the math right, 8 does can roughly kick off about 6 babies in 2 different breeding sessions, a spring and a fall breeding session. 6 babies, 3 litters in a row in that particular spring or fall session. So if you do the math, 8 does, 6 a litter, 3 litters a session, that's 18 babies per doe at 8 does. That's 128 rabbits, I think, twice a year. So I could make enough rabbit meat to feed my family all year long on these yummy, cute little babies that grow up to be somewhat ugly adults that by the time they're grown, you don't mind butchering. And here's the big father. He's already hot. It's 10 in the morning here, and he's panting already, so I'm gonna have to give him an ice block or something. But anyway, I just want to make sure to go over my water system, because it's easy. If you run it off your automatic sprinklers, you don't even have to fill a bucket. I've seen a lot of folks filling buckets and whatnot and worrying about sunlight. Well, put them in a shed if you have one. Of course, not everybody does, but fill that bucket there, or a similar one. That's a small one, that's only 5 gallon, but it waters them all day, and that would water them for probably 3 or 4 days even if I turned the irrigation off. But it's an easy setup for me, keeps maintenance down, keeps my rabbits happy for the most part. They haven't unionized on me yet. So anyway, 208 Homesteader, have a good day.